Our minds are tremendously powerful. Your thoughts not only impact your mental well-being, but the health of every cell in your body. In this video, we'll explore how your own perspective shapes the world you live in and what you can do to see the world through a more optimistic lens. Hi, I'm Hanni and you're watching Tea Time, where I help you live your healthiest, most joyful life. And while you're here, click the subscribe button below or follow us right on this channel. Go ahead, I'll wait. I recently read a Stanford article where Alia Crum, a PhD who leads the Stanford Mind and Body Lab, wrote that people who believe that doing physical work in their job counts as exercise, they actually live longer, independent of how much exercise they really did. Likewise, telling people that a drink they were consuming had caffeine raised their blood pressure. What does this tell us? Our thoughts greatly influence not only our mental well-being, but also our physical well-being. Thinking positive, life-giving thoughts can literally change our lives. The other day, my friend Gigi told me the perfect story to illustrate perspective. Gigi has a favorite road north of Atlanta, which she absolutely loves. She drives down this road often and even slows down as she marvels at the majestic horses, the large estates, and this lush greenery. Now, the other day, her parents visited, and she took her dad down that very road. She didn't say a word. When they got to the end of the road, her dad said, "What an ugly road. Did you see all of the electrical poles and the wiring hanging down the street?" I mean, think about this. They drove down the exact same road at the same time in the same car, but yet had a very different experience. Do you realize that each of us chooses to focus our attention on what we believe to be important? And with that, we create our realities based on how we perceive certain situations and events. The truth that we tend to tell ourselves originate in our subconscious mind, affecting how we respond to everything around us. What's the story you're living right now? Can you contemplate the fact that you are the one who wrote it? As much as our ego, the voice in our head, wants you to believe that you are stuck in your rut, can you realize that you are in control of rewriting your story by changing your perspective? It can be simple situation like you messed up, let's say. You could focus on the embarrassment of messing up, or instead concentrate on the lesson that you learned. When your car breaks down, you may want to fixate on the disruption in your life, or you could find gratitude for the friend who picked you up or the nice mechanic that fixed your car. I'm not suggesting that you put blinders on your feelings and shove down your emotions. What I am proposing is for you to make a conscious choice to see the best in every situation instead of focusing on the worst of it. I recently had a great conversation with our jovial health coach, Lisa, about perspective. And Lisa picked up a pen and asked me, she said, "What do you see?" And I said, "A pen?" And she agreed, but she pushed me to be a bit more detailed. So I said, "Okay, I see an orange clip and I see our jovial logo printed on a white background." And she looked shocked. And she said, "Really? I don't see that." She flipped the pen around and showed me that what the pen looked like from her side, from her point of view. She couldn't see the jovial logo. She instead found our website and the phone number. Like in Gigi's example of her beautiful road, Lisa pointed out that we all can look at the same world but see completely different things. For us to gain a new perspective, we sometimes have to temporarily let go of the way we see the world. Get up, either physically or just mentally, to look at the situation from a different angle. Doing this is a choice. And let's admit, though, that most of the time we believe our view of the world is the only truth, which can lead to a lot of frustration and even hostility as we engage with others. The reason for that, though, is that most of us have a subconscious program that leads us to defend our position at all costs. Being wrong implies that there's something wrong with us. I know I had that deeply rooted belief. And it makes sense. I mean, how often in childhood were those who had the right answer praised and those who had the wrong answer were scolded? So don't take it personally. Your desire to be right is a deep program within you. Another wonderful way to gain perspective is to zoom out when you are stressed and worried. It's because we are way too deep most often in our details. We get aggravated about the smallest things, or better said, the smallest things feel like big problems. Our coaches like to use the analogy of Google Earth. When stressed, we are likely sitting on a map's cul-de-sac, literally just seeing the immediate narrow street in front of us. Zooming out is like viewing Earth from space. We remember the big picture of our intentions. We are reminded of our purpose and long-term vision, which helps us to gain a fresh perspective. On occasion, my ego wants me to get anxious about an upcoming deadline. It will rattle off all the things I still need to do and create stress around the minimum amount of time I have left. Zooming out in those moments, I remind myself of our company's purpose to create joyful, healthy lives. Not being able to cross all T's and dot all my I's on a project isn't going to derail this purpose. Zooming out helps me breathe easier, step away from the situation and this immediate challenge, and more calmly think about how to solve for the situation at hand. Can you share an example where a different perspective improved your entire outlook on life? Maybe even changed your life? Leave a comment below. I'd love to hear it. So, to summarize, gaining perspective requires for you to make a choice and to act on it. You can look at the situation from a different angle or simply zoom out to see the big picture. For example, let's think about tea. Yes. Can you imagine that the English pour milk into their tea? I couldn't. But then I tried it and I actually liked it. I even liked it that I ended up trying a bunch of other English foods. It opened up a whole new world of possibilities. So to honor that, I actually poured almond milk. Oops, can you see that? I don't want to pour that into my tea. It's my vitality tea. And it tastes like chai. Yum. Okay, I'll enjoy this and I will see you next time. Okay, bye. What a great combo. Cinnamon, ginger, cardamom, clove, black pepper, and some almonds.